everyone, welcome to Cruising with Kim and Jen. And we just returned, last week from our Icon of the Seas, our epic adventure. And we're going to discuss, was it a hit or a miss for us? You don't want to miss this one. Okay, Kim, so what do you think? Was Icon of the Seas a hit or a miss?
Oh, it was such a hit. It was such a hit.
I agree. Hit.
We've already talked about how we're not sure we can cruise on anything else at this point. I mean,
yeah,
it was just the best.
That's the truth. I mean, everybody said it's going to be too big. I can't remember how many people. 7,000.
Yep. It was a full cruise, full capacity, but yeah,
7,000, 2,000. Staff, and so I mean roughly about 10,000 people is how many people were supposed to be on there, and everybody said it's going to be packed. Getting on the ship's going to be a nightmare, but we're going to show you Embarkation and what happened with us, and it was smooth sailing. We've got videos of where we stayed before that you can click on those, and then we took a shuttle to the port.
This is Finn.
Finn's making his debut.
He wants to be a star today.
So we arrived at the port and we got off the shuttle, and we've got videos and pictures of what it looked like there. And our arrival time was 11 to 11:30.
Yep.
And it was wonderful. I mean, we got on. We had very minimal expectation because we didn't know. We thought it was going to be packed. Only thing we knew is we were going to Royal Caribbean's new port in Miami.
Yeah, this was a whole building just for this ship, right?
Yeah, to my knowledge, yeah.
It was just for Icon, and so I think I didn't realize that at first, but
I don't think so either. Yeah,
it couldn't have been smoother or easier.
Oh my gosh, and it was beautiful. I mean, they had lines for the 10:30 to 11 o'clock, and if you were there from 11 to 11:30, or if you were outside your window, there was a separate line. Like if you were early or late, that you were going to go in and then have a holding area.
Yeah.
And we were there right on time.
We were there right on time, and we just went right in.
Oh, smooth. We went right in.
No waiting.
Got on an escalator, and you'll see here that we went straight up the escalator. We didn't know what to expect again, but we went straight into the security where they have the embarkment security, like the airport, that we would normally go through. Right. And you uploaded the set sail sign and set sail passes, didn't you, to your Apple? Is that how you did it?
Yeah, I put them on my Apple Wallet on my phone, and that couldn't have been easier. You don't even need to print off, if you have, well, you could even screenshot it. I mean,
true.
You could just screenshot it and have it on your phone. We did have paper copies just in case our phone, something happened to our phone, but we just kind of flashed up on our phone. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
The whole thing took probably how long?
I'd say 6 minutes top.
At the most.
Yeah, I mean, from getting there,
we couldn't
going
believe
up.
it, because then it's like, oh my gosh, well, here we are. We're getting on.
We did. Yes, I mean, she showed, and they let her show it for both of us, and then they just said, "Welcome to the Icon of the Seas."
And everyone was so nice.
Oh my gosh!
It's almost like this was the very first sailing or something.
Yes.
Everyone was so welcoming and just happy, smiles everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
As we were getting on the ship, we have a video of the girls greeting us there, and we got goosebumps.
I get goosebumps now even thinking about it.
I know. We've been on, I don't know how many cruises
10.
now.
This is
10
number
cruises,
10.
and this was our third for the month. We did 3 in a row. We got on this one. We were excited because it was Icon, and this was the one we were looking most forward to. But we just had goosebumps. We just walked in, and we got this warm welcome, and
even the walkway, right? Walking on had colored lights and was magical.
It was magical, and so yes, we walked in, and we were just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, and when they, like you said, they greeted us, and they had on vests of like, how can I help you? I think because they knew everybody's going to be a little, ask me, yes. Because they, people were a little intimidated because this is the world's largest ship. And, and we went in and they told us immediately to go to muster station.
Well, and this ship, you know, if you've been on royal ships, this ship felt similar, except that we had not been on the Icon, so we didn't really know where any of these things were. The other royal ships we kind of did, and this one looked kind of familiar, only much larger. It was so much wider.
Wider.
Yeah.
That is
Wider,
the whole
yeah.
key, isn't
And
it?
so
Yeah.
it looked like the inside of a really nice shopping mall, basically.
Yeah.
When we walked in.
Beautiful.
And then you see the pearl.
The pearl!
First thing when you go in, it's this gigantic pearl that everybody heard so much about while they were building the ship. And boy, that didn't disappoint. It was really...
Wasn't it fab? I mean, it was so... And it was beautiful. It was like moving shapes. It's hard to explain.
It is hard to... It's like tiles that kind of changed color. But everyone everyone was so excited.
Oh my God.
Even enthusiastic. I've never seen a crew on a... And not just upon entering the ship, it was like this our entire cruise.
All 7 days.
All 7 days. We got the best service, the most friendly people.
Oh my goodness.
They couldn't do enough for you.
Oh no.
Happy to do it. You didn't feel like you were putting anybody out.
Yep.
So that first entrance was special.
It was so special. I mean, I mean, we both turned to each other and we're just kind of like 5-year-olds.
Our eyes are big, like we're little kids. Like, oh my God.
I mean, goosebumps. You have the pearl that's there, the extra wide promenade. But like you said, I mean, if you've been on Royal Caribbean, you know the promenade is the main area, which looked familiar.
It looked familiar because we pretty immediately could see Sorrento's Pizza, and there was a Starbucks, and the Pearl was different, but just kind of looking left and right looked familiar, just more grand.
Way more grand, and they had statues, which we're going to show you, or I don't even know what it'd be called. Bronze art. Yeah, art.
Their art was really unique, and we took pictures throughout the ship of the different art statues and things.
And you'll see also in the video that we have balloons, because at midnight they had a balloon drop, which is traditional, you know, for Royal Caribbean, that it's inside with a balloon drop. But right after we went to, they tell you whether or not, you know, to go to the front of the ship or the rear of the ship, the aft, and that's where your muster station would be, which we went straight there. And then they promptly tell you to go to the elevator, and they had assistants there to take you straight up to the buffet. And they call it the Embarkation Buffet. And we have a video on that, which you can click on. I'll put the link here. And oh my goodness, I mean, we didn't even really eat because it was just so much. I mean, they had everything, and you'll see.
It was so pretty. It was so
beautiful.
Like those people worked so hard on the presentation of all these things.
It was gorgeous, and this again, tons of people you think, but they had small stations like how Royal does. So they had a grill with the burgers, and then they had
very similar to the other Windjammer.
Yeah, very much, and then of course you have, you know, salads, and they had a seafood. They had lobster. They had boiled shrimp, and you know, grilled steak. Yeah,
big grilled steak.
Big. I mean, you name it, they had it there. After that, you know, we went on. Our room was open, so we went directly to our room, and we'll show you a quick view of our room here. And we were on the
deck-wise 14th deck, yes.
I do not know numbers.
She's the direction person, because I never know where. And I'm the number person. So if she needs to know a number, I got it.
I just look.
If I need to know where I'm at, she tells me.
Yeah, so. That's right. I could always tell which direction.
It works well together.
But they would ask us, what's your room number? I'm like,
And then she looks at me.
Yes.
So we were on the 14th deck. We were in the front, basically in the front. We were right by the Vitality Spa.
Oh yeah, right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
And we were right behind the elevators. It's just a big open area where these elevators, it's a whole new elevator system there. Is this the time to talk about that?
Let's do it, yeah.
The elevators, some people maybe didn't like them. I thought they were very organized and
really
great. Big area, like I said. So you're not like a bunch of people congregating to wait for one elevator, as with most cruise ships, or 2 or 3 elevators or whatever. You go up to this little keypad thing, and you just press in what deck you want. And if you're not sure what deck you want, there are pictures and signs everywhere
wow,
to tell
yeah.
you. Lots of good signage everywhere on this ship.
Spectacular, right?
Yes.
They
So
did a great
you
job.
pick what deck you want, then it will light up like elevator A or B or whatever, and then you're kind of like, oh, okay. And then you have to look around for a minute, depending on where you're standing. But you just go over to that elevator, you wait, and then you get on, and you just wait for it to. You don't have to push anything inside. You just wait till it goes to your floor.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, and most of the time you could be on an elevator with like 5 people.
Yeah, it was
if
never
they
really-
happen to
I
be
got good
going to your
size.
floor. Oh yeah,
They were good
some
size.
of them were really big, and then especially some of the key big ones. But
Remember when we got on the one elevator? What was on there?
Piano Man.
A little unexpected,
Yes,
but
yeah,
a
a
whole
little
piano and a
unexpected.
guy playing music is in
Yeah,
there.
that
so.
was super fun too.
So you can fit a whole piano in most of those.
Yes.
But
I can.
yeah, the elevator system was easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just pressed where you wanted to go, and boom, the elevator.
10 out of 10. You agree?
I do.
I loved
I
it
mean,
because you
sometimes
just
there was a little bit of a wait.
especially if it was right at dinner time and everybody was
Right.
going to go to the same location. But otherwise, it was.
Otherwise, there was many
absolutely,
times
yeah.
we were out in that big area that we have pictures of. That big area, and these pictures are basically, I think it was empty.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I went out there to take a picture or
Yeah.
something, it was empty.
Yeah.
And so it's a nice big area.
Yeah.
But we were on that 14th deck by the Vitality Spa, and then we were right under Aquadome Market. It was
Yes.
right above us. So all we had to do was go up the steps, and we were
Wow.
right there by the Aquadome Market and the Aqua Theater area.
Yeah, it was really convenient.
So we had a really good location.
very, very good location.
Mm-hmm.
So, which kind of brings us to the whole next topic, and maybe we should, do part 2 from starting here, where we can talk about, some of the other locations, because this ship is big. There are different islands, or what do they call them? Neighborhoods?
Neighborhoods.
Neighborhoods. So different neighborhoods, and we would like to break down the different neighborhoods. And I think that's the easiest way to go about this ship. We hit all the neighborhoods. We also hit all the shows.
We did. We had them reserved, and we can talk about
Yep.
that more. But we had reserved our shows ahead of time,
Absolutely.
just to make sure we got in and we didn't miss it.
Absolutely.
But so anyway,
Okay, stay tuned for part 2. You don't want to miss this, because we are going to talk about the Pearl, this big infamous Pearl that everybody's talking about, and whether or not this was something that, all the hype was, if it was good, or if it was just like,
I don't
hit
think
or miss.
anybody really
So,
knew what this pearl thing was
no,
supposed to be.
we didn't. I know we didn't know what it was
No.
going to be, and whether or not we spent time there. So stay tuned to part 2, and we will see you.
Bye.
Bye.